blinded to the mistakes that will be made. And if we aren't focused on the task, routine or not, if we don't take our safety seriously, if we aren't aware of our own complacency, we will become its victim. Nothing is routine.
Thank you for watching the HSC moment. It is clear no activity is routine activity. So we should take care of all our activities, whether it is routine or non-routine. Hope the message is clear. Let's go on with chapter activities. So we are proud to announce, means proud to share, ASSP Kuwait chapter awarded Platinum Chapter Award for the 8th time in 9 years. A big round of applause to ASSP Fraternity of Kuwait chapter. So this is the 8th time we got.
Congratulations, Mr. Saeed Kashif.
Thank you, Muhammad. So after taking over from July 1st, the new term, we had annual general body meeting for the old term. We have recognized the old core committee members and committee heads and members and all. This is all the glimpse of our annual general body meeting for 2023-24, which had taken place on 4th July 2024. So next slide. So after that, we had a committee orientation meet for our new committees. It is happened on 18th July 2024 at Al Qud Beach Hotel. These are the glimpse. These are our new team and a new core committee. You can see in the images. The next slide. So it was our first technical meet, you can say, Vice Committee, WIISE. First aid session they had conducted at IHS Towers on 24th July, especially for the ladies, as it is a ladies wing, a women's wing. So it has taken place on 24th July 2024. So next. These are all the activities which had happened in the past 3 months. So every year in USA PDC means taking place. So it is a Safety 2024 Conference USA. So from ASSP Kuwait chapter, our delegates, Mr. Muhammad Yusuf, our Vice President, and Vice Head, Ms. Madam Hanan had attended the conference. It is 6th to 9th August 2024. So these are the glimpse. So after that, we had ISO 45001 lead auditor course on 18th to 22nd August. So trainer was Amir Rashid, and 7 participants got benefited with this course. So this is the executive committee for the term 2024-25, meeting number 221. So you can see the committee heads and advisory committee members and chairman. So on 1st of October also we're going to have our EC meeting. So this is a external audit and conducted by auditor from not UV. So it is 9001 for our chapter to retain our 9001 certification. For your information, ASSP Kuwait chapter is only one chapter who acquired this ISO 9001 throughout the chapters. We're retaining it since 2019. We're maintaining it. Alhamdulillah. These are the glimpse of that audit. So our president, Mr. Badr Al-Hadrami, had attended a conference in UAE, Abu Dhabi. So he had represented ASSP Kuwait chapter over there. He met many business partners. So to have a future events, partnerships with business partners, he had met many NGOs and other organizations. So these are the glimpse. happened on 12th September. Next, please. So our chairman and president, vice head, had attended a meeting with KPC HSC manager to get the support of a PDC 2025. As you all know, KPC is our patronage partner for all the activities of ASSP Kuwait chapter. So the mega event of PDC is going to take place in May 2025. For that, we visited to seek the support of KPC HSC manager. These are the glimpse. Next slide. So this is a BOHS, British Occupational Hygiene Society 507, health effects of hazardous substances. Around 10 plus members had participated from ASSP Kuwait chapter in this training program. It held on 20th to 28th September, 9 days program it was. Yesterday, day before yesterday only it is finished. So next. So these are some glimpses of our public relation and media committee, which are sharing in the social media. You can have a look. As I told, the orientation meet, AGM, other things. We're sharing some capsules from our chapter heads. Next. So we are sharing HSC challenges like questions to all the members on social media, so that the people can what we call learn some, gain some knowledge with our questions. In the comments, they are typing the answers. After 1 week like that, we are posting the answers also. Request all the participants to make use of these questions or posting on social media. So next. So after the tragic incident happened in Kuwait, fire incident, after we thought of having some fire safety awareness programs. So for that, we had collaborated with the local NGOs. So these are the programs which we had with the help of our public relation head, Mr. Prabish. Ashok Saab also had presented on this in collaboration with IMA. These are our fire safety awareness and emergency response awareness sessions we had. Next. So we have already released e-newsletters for August and September. It has been shared on social media. Just go through it. And these are the press releases of ASSP Kuwait chapter. Next. So as you all know, ASSP Kuwait chapter is having its exclusive Toastmasters chapter, we can say. So the Toastmasters meetings are held on every second and fourth Saturday every month. So request all ASSP members to be part of ASSP Toastmasters Club. So to enhance your communication skills and public speaking skills. Many of our members are already members of Toastmasters, ASSP Toastmasters. For that, you can contact our president, Mr. Sunil NS, or you can contact any of our admin people. So next. So these all are as whatever we have discussed the past sessions, means past activities. These are upcoming events which are going to have. So we are going to have introductory webinar on ASSP GCSE HSC Excellence Award. As you all know, ASSP is organizing 2 mega events. One is GCC HSC Excellence Award, and the second one is PDC. So this HSC Excellence Award is going to take place on 19th December 2024. This is for the year 2024. So to have a brief more interaction and business partners, we have arranged this introductory webinar. The announcements has been shared in all social media WhatsApp groups. So request all the members to share the same announcements with your known companies and managers and other people, so that they can take part of GCC HSC Excellence Awards 2024. So it is going to be held on 3rd October, so 11 to 12 in the morning times, duty hours we had arranged it. So request all of you to join. We are going to explain what is all about GCC HSC Excellence Award, the categories of awards, how you can participate on previous awards, glimpses, and many things are going to be discussed. Our president is going to speak in this particular introductory webinar. So next we are going to have ISO 9001 lead auditor course from 20th to 24th October 2024. Again, we encourage our members to, we are arranging these courses in a very less price for our members especially. So it is about to announce, so request all the people who wanted to, who wish to do this ISO 9001 course can join. And then we're going to have WISE event on steps of safety and health in the university environment. It is going to take place in Australian University by Vice Committee on 10th October 2024. Then we're going to have BOHS M501 module, a measurement of hazardous substances in the month of October. So ASSP-GCC HSC Excellence Award, as I told you, is going to take place on 19th December 2024. And Professional Development Conference, PDC, on 7th and 8th May of 2025. These are the upcoming events of ASSP Kuwait chapter for your information. So next. So this is the flyer which has been shared in the social media about introductory webinar going to happen on October 3rd. This is about WISE program. Next, which I told already. Steps of safety and health in the university environment. Next, so this is the awards launch image. The last day of submission of application is October 30th. So we have still exactly 1 month to submit your applications. The brochure is there. It has been shared in all social media. To know about it more deeply, you can attend our webinar, introductory webinar for GCC HSC Excellence Award. Award declaration November 30 and award ceremony December 19th. It is going to take place in the KOC tent. Venue will be in Ahmadi. So these are about GCC HSC Excellence Award. Next slide. So this is the memo which has been, as I told you, that KPC is patronizing all activities of ASSP. So the KPC has shared the awards program memo to all the K companies to encourage the business partners of contractors to participate in our awards program. And this is the letter. Next. So this is about the PDC 2025 updates. This is a logo. We have finalized the theme also. Advancing HSE, synergizing technology, sustainability, and environmental stewardship. This is going to happen on 7th and 8th May 2025. So for all of you, from September 1st, we have increased the membership of ASSP. It is not from us, it is from the headquarters. From September 1st, ASSP USA has increased the membership fees to 30 KD, which is around $80. Earlier it was $60. So we have announced already this one through our social media so that the members should aware about the new membership details. At the same time, ASSP, thanks to our global region leaders who had helped us to have this hardship program. Whoever have lost the job and not able to renew their membership or something like that, they can approach for this. There is a form called hardship program. Fill and submit. Many members had got benefited with this hardship program to renew the membership. So whoever feeling like they can't renew or they lost the job or whatever it is, so you can renew your membership through hardship program. It is a free for 1 year. For your information, the new membership fees is 30 KD from 1st of September. Earlier it was 25 kD. So next. So thank you for listening and watching our earlier activities and upcoming events of ASSP Kuwait chapter. Now I'd like to call our Head Energy Sustainability Committee, Mr. Najaz T. Abdul Karim, for speaker introduction. With that, we'll start our session. I would like to thank our today's speaker, Devendra Rathod ji, for coming forward to present this PSM technical meet. So over to you, Mr. Najaz.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Said Qasim. Okay, and Najaz Abdul Karim, heading the Committee Energy and Sustainability. Okay, so our speaker, Mr. Devendra Rathod, is working with the KNPC as a PSM engineer. He is having 15 years of experience in the PSM process safety, and he is coming to the academy, bachelor and masters in chemical with a certified HACCP, root cause analyzer, RCA facilitator, and so on. I couldn't able to describe. Let us watch his speech. Okay, we welcome Mr. Devendra Rathod on board. Please. Let us give a big round of applause. Mr. Devendra Rathod. Are you online?
Yeah, maybe he's muted or what? Devendra ji, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, so I was not able to unmute myself. Thank you, Mr. Lucas. Shall we proceed?
Yeah, sure. Now, baton is yours.
Yeah. Mr. Ramana, can you share the screen, my presentation?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, slides are visible. Yes. Next slide, please. Yeah. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone joining this special webinar on 50th anniversary of Flixborough incident. And I'm very much thankful to the ASSP Kuwait chapter for providing me this opportunity and to present this case study. And thank you, Mr. Saeed, and for briefing this chapter activities. It's so engaging, and it's definitely going to benefit all our members. And thank you, Engineer Najas, for the wonderful introduction. And Energy and Sustainability Committee is doing really a wonderful job. Right. So today we are going to discuss about this very famous disaster. Okay. So this is the Flixborough incident, which happened on the 1st June 1974. And this year, this disaster has completed the 50th anniversary. Okay. Next slide, please. Yeah, so here is the brief agenda of our today's session, so which we are going to discuss today. Okay, so we'll start with about this incident is all about and what were the conditions which has resulted in the disaster, and followed by the recommendation by the court of inquiry and the lesson learned. So okay, and the end we will also discuss the various PSM framework and the management of change element and typical workflow of MOC and the process safety major milestone. Next slide. So at the end, we will take some questionnaires, okay, from the participants. So as you know, this is a very classic example of management of change failure for this particular incident. And this incident has completed the 50th anniversary. Okay. And even though this incident is continue to giving us the lots of learning, and the learning are still relevant in the current context. Okay, So this year we are going to have another disaster anniversary. That is the Bhopal gas tragedy. That will be a 40th anniversary this year. So despite of the passage of time, these tragedies are continue to giving lessons and the way we are operating our facilities. Okay. Okay, so following the Flixborough incident, there were lots of new regulations and new legislation came in picture. One of was the UK Health and Safety at Work Act and the EU SESO directive. Okay, next slide. So, and this particular incident was
so many lives were lost 50 years.
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
Are we going right?
Yes. Yeah.
Shall I play the video?
Yes, please.
It's muted, Mr. Audio is muted.
Years ago, because modifications were made, bellows expanded joint piping system. Let's take up the thermal growth in the system. The crack was found in one of the around it. Here's why that was a bad decision. The thrust force of the bellows. Why it's got to be held back by those rigid points. Bellows also have a pressure point at which they'll go unstable or squirm. Fatal mistakes the plant personnel made is leaving in the second bellows, and that makes for a very unstable system. The second mistake was doing an offset in the piping system or a dog leg. That's going to create unbalanced force, a torque on that piping system. Scaffolding was added in hopes that it would somehow stabilize that center spool, but it didn't work. A pressure spike did occur in the system, didn't mess up the other bellows, but this was the weak point. Here are the two failure modes acting one right after the other. First, the pressure thrust bends that piping, and then the instability kicks in. And sadly, the flammable gas then spreads throughout the plant until it finds an ignition source.
Okay, so I hope you got the fair idea of this incident, how this incident unfolds. So in this next slide, this is the statement captured from the Court of Inquiry report, which was set up after this particular disaster. The direct cause for the release and the explosion of cyclohexane is the introduction of a modification which destroyed the integrity of a well-designed and the constructed plant. Next slide. So let's come to the facility. This plant was located at the bank of River Trent near Flixborough in UK, Lincolnshire. The plant was operated by Nipro Chemicals, and the plant was producing the caprolactam, an intermediate in the production of nylon. And the cyclohexane was used as a major ingredient in this manufacturing process. The plant was commissioned in 1967. And at the time of the incident, this was the only plant in the UK which was producing this caprolactam. And in 1972, next slide. In the 1972, they have come up with the major revamp of the facility. Okay. So, so where they have increased the capacity from 20 tons per annum to 70,000 tons per annum. So you can see in this timeline, basically this facility was built in 1938. It's the initial purpose of producing the fertilizers. Okay. But in the 1964, the ownership of the facility has changed and then the now owned by the Nipro Limited. Okay. And subsequently 67 it was commissioned, and 1972 it was revamped. Okay. So, but in the 1972, when they revamped, they also changed the process technology. So earlier they were preparing this corpalactam by the hydrogenation of phenol. I cannot see my screen slides. Ramanaji?
Yeah, maybe some issue with Mr. Kayo.
Is it visible?
Not yet.
Okay, you want me to share?
Let me know if it is appearing there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Visible?
Perfect, yeah. Yes, next slide. Yes, yeah. Yeah. So the new facility, which was introduced in 1972 as a fact of its modification, was the oxidation of the cyclohexane by air. Okay. And it involves the six reactors in series connected by a 700 diameter metal expansion bellows. Okay. And each reactor was having a gravity flow. You know, the flow from the one reactor to the next reactor will go through the difference in the gravity. Okay, you can see this. Okay. And it is noteworthy point that by the change in the technology, earlier they were using the hydrogenation of phenol to produce the cyclohexanone, but now they have changed the technology of the oxidation of the cyclohexane. Okay, next slide. So this is the overall plant PFD. Okay. So it is, you can see the other equipments of the plant as well along the reactor. So this particular process was very inefficient because only the conversion from the cyclohexane per pass was only 6%. So this has resulted in the lots of recycling of the cyclohexane. Okay, so that was the reason they were keeping a huge inventory of cyclohexane. Okay. So you can see this, the properties of phenol versus cyclohexane. The flash point, if you can see, the phenol was having 79 degrees centigrade and the cyclohexane is minus 20 degrees centigrade. So it is more vulnerable for this as a cyclohexane. Okay, so it has introduced the new hazard in the facility. And as you have discussed this, the conversion efficiency was the issue, and which has resulted in the huge stored inventory of cyclohexane. Okay, next slide. So under this process condition, the cyclohexane was more volatile, and it immediately uh, vaporized when they depressurized into the atmospheric conditions. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So this is the timeline of the incident. You can see this. It started 2 months prior to the accident. At the end of the March, a crack was noticed on the reactor number 5, and the plant was shut down. Okay. Then the management has decided to remove the reactor number 5 for the inspection and repair, and install a bypass between the reactor 4 and 6. Okay. And they have decided without analyzing the causes for the reactor number 5 failure. Okay. So the temporary piping of 20-inch was made at the workshop without referring to any engineering standard and conducting due diligence. And it was also mentioned in the court of inquiry that the calculation uh, uh, was done not to to consider this, the difference in the elevation of these two reactors. So this particular condition has included more forces in this temporary piping. Okay. And bypass assembly was supported by a scaffolding structure. Okay, so because they have removed this earlier reactor number 5, so they have made a makeshift arrangement, and there was no pressure testing done before it was fitted into the assembly. Okay, so this particular facility was notorious for having the leakages of the cyclohexane. Okay, so it was mentioned in the report that there before the actual incident, there were multiple failures. You can see from the timeline, there are 3 incidents of cyclohexane leak before the actual incident. Okay, so what they were doing in order to dilute the cyclohexane, there was practice to use the water. Okay, so the water will disperse the cyclohexane and reduce the concentration in the particular area. Okay, so on June 1st, 1974, Saturday afternoon, after attending the leakage in one of the location, the plant was in process of restarting. Okay, so but at the again slides gone. Yeah. So, but again, at 4:53 p.m., there was a huge explosion happened in the facility, and the whole plant was completely wiped off. Can we have a slides, please? And the fire was burned to the 3 days. It took 3 days to extinguish the whole fire. Ramanaji?
Visible?
Not
No,
really.
no.
So there was another important factor which was mentioned in the report that at the start of the year, the only maintenance engineer of the facility has resigned, and there was no replacement provided by the management. Okay. And meanwhile, this facility maintenance division was handled by a junior engineer or technician who was from the electrical background. Okay. So he was not aware of the regulations and the practices, engineering practices to be followed for this fabrication of the new piping spool. Still, slides are not there, Abdul.
Slides not there.
No, I shared it, no problem. It's okay, Devendraji?
Yeah, but still, black, these boxes are coming.
Now?
Still there.
Box are there still?
Yeah. Okay, next slide. Do the next slide. We'll proceed. Okay, so you can see the pictures of mass destruction. Okay. And this picture speaks more than the words. And the whole facility was destroyed after this incident. Okay. And there was a memorial stone in the Flixborough churchyard commemorating this 28th fatalities in the facility. Okay. Next slide. So the consequences of the incident was horrible. So 20 people were fatally injured or killed, and out of this 28 people, the 19 people were the employees working in the control room. So nobody left in the control room. Okay, and 36 more people were injured. Okay. And the property damage, it was mentioned that all buildings lying within the radius of 600 meters around the explosion epicenter was destroyed. So with the number, if you say around 1800 houses were destroyed, along with the 167 retail business unit in the vicinity were damaged to the varying degree. And the explosion was such a huge that this particular incident is still ranked 56 among the 100 largest losses. Dear participants, this Marsh Specialty is the insurance broker who is listing all the top losses, 100 largest losses they are releasing every 2 years. And this till date, this incident is still there in the list. Okay. So you can see this. Initially, there was a loss of 58 millions at that time, 1974. And if you compare this in the current scenario, in the current context, it is a $366 million losses. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so let's delve into this incident analysis. The basic cause was the hot cyclohexane released to atmosphere due to the rupture of bellow units in the temporary reactor bypass line. And the critical factors were the process was inefficient and required a large amount of recycle. Hence, they stored the large inventory, as we have discussed. One of the 6 reactors has developed leak, so taken out of service. The mechanical engineer post at the plant was vacant. Consequently, the temporary bypass assembly was designed by an unqualified staff. Why unqualified staff? Because he was not from this maintenance mechanical background. He was the electrical technician. So he has designed this particular spool without referring to the design standard or the guidelines. And the bypass pipe assembly was not properly supported and rested on the scaffold. The bellow unit was exposed to transverse load. Transverse loads, why? Because there was a difference in the elevations of the 2 reactors. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, and last one is the proximity of control room to the plant. Okay. So there was an issue with the facility sitting. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. So root cause analysis, the RCA of this one was this inadequate leadership, because they didn't investigate the reason for the failure of reactor number 5. So the production pressure was so huge, as we have discussed that was the only plant at the time of the incident in the UK who was producing the copper lactam. So the product was in great demand. So they decided to proceed with the makeshift arrangement without analyzing the reason for the failure of this reactor number 5. So in the court of inquiry report, they have mentioned that this external nitrate stress corrosion cracking was the reason for this particular leakage from the reactor number 5. Okay. Inadequate management of change to the plant and organization. Lack of competence on the hazard awareness. So they have introduced the new technology. First of all, as we have seen that earlier they were using the hydrogenation of phenol. Now in 1972, they have changed to the oxidation of the cyclohexane. So the new technology has introduced the new hazards. Inadequate designs. The temporary piping was not designed as per the available engineering standard. Inadequate risk assessment. The change was not reviewed at all. Inadequate quality assurance. No inspection and testing of bypass piping assembly. So it was mentioned that there was no hydro test carried out for this particular new spool. Inappropriate plant layout. The control room too close to the plant. Inadequate emergency response plan. Major loss of plant inventory. Inadequate land use planning, the close proximity to the local housing. So the nearby village, the Flixborough, was only 800 meters away from this plant. Okay, so that was the concern. Next slide. Yeah. So here are some recommendations given by the court of inquiry. Okay, and we will also discuss what are the current industry practices against those particular recommendations. Okay, so the first recommendation was any modification should be designed, constructed, tested, and maintained to the same standard as the original plant. Okay. So as per the current practices, the modifications are subject to the strict management of change procedure, is in line with the international standards such as OSHA 1910-119. And for the testing and maintenance also, we have a ASME standards. Okay. The second recommendation was all pressure system containing hazardous material should be subjected to inspection and test by competent authority. So currently, we have a practice of utilizing this API 510 pressure vessel inspections. Okay. to conduct this inspection and testing of the pressure vessels. And competent authorities conduct the periodic checks. These are the current industry practice. Okay. The third one is the clarify the British standard for pipe work testing pressures, whether it is a 1.3 times the design pressure. It should specify if design pressure refers to the maximum operating pressure or the relief pressure. So there was a confusion regarding the design pressure and the test pressure. So now we have a standard for the ASME B31.3 and the API 570, which clarify the testing pressure. Fourth one was the organization change, as there was no replacement of the mechanical engineer who has resigned. Okay, so the current practice nowadays is the creeping change or address in the modern PSM system with MOC procedures capturing all changes, including the roles and responsibility changes is mentioned. So in API 580 also mentioned about these changes in the organization change. Next slide. Yeah, the training of engineers should be broadly based. All engineers should therefore learn at least the elements of other branches of engineering than their own in both their academic and the practical training. Okay. In the current practice is that training programs now include a cross-disciplinary education. Industry follows competency framework like API 580 for engineers in reliability and safety and OSHA's 1910-119 for process safety trainings. Okay. Sixth recommendation was the all plants whose safety relies upon nitrogen should have a nitrogen supplies which are ample to cover all contingencies. This means that there must be either an adequate in-house supply or a massive reserves. So in this regard, we have a API 521, which say about the nitrogen system design the redundancy. Okay. And the seventh is the cracked reactor number 5 is due to nitrate stress corrosion. The cooling water was used to dilute the cyclohexane leak. Where such cooling water is used, the vessel and piping should be adequately protected. The attention of industry should be drawn to the risk. So this was the recommendation. So the current practice is the material nowadays are selected based on the corrosion resistance and the system for leak detection and stress corrosion preventions governed by the various standards like the NAS MR0175. And industry awareness is maintained through regular HSE bulletins. And currently, we are not using that cooling water. It's not a good practice to use the cooling water on any process vessels and the equipment, as it has resulted in the corrosion of the equipment. Next slide, please. Yeah. It is recommended that the consideration be given to installing devices or system for recording vital plant information in a form of which would survive the effects of fire explosion. So as this facility was completely destroyed, so this committee was struggling to find the evidences. So they have suggested like this. So to have a recording of this vital plant information. Again, slides had gone, Mr. Abdul. Yeah. So nowadays, this modern plants are using the digital data loggers to record, various vital informations. So we are using nowadays Aspen IP21 and PSD softwares are there, which are storing this process data. Okay. A slide, please, Mr. Abdul. The last recommendation was regarding the siting of the plant. That one must be depend on both the risk of the disaster and the size and the nature of the disaster envisaged. Okay, that was the recommendation. But nowadays, we have a standard like API 752, the management of hazards, and shall DP 18.00.10.11 to prepare the areas layout followed by the QRA validations. So these are the current industry practices against the recommendation given by the Court of Inquiry. Yeah, go to this lesson learned page. Yeah. So at the conclusion, these were some learning. All plant modifications should undergo a rigorous safety, engineering, and technical reviews. Changes to the design should be reviewed and authorized by properly qualified personnel. knowledge and understanding of the hazard of the process might have prevented the accident from occurring. The positioning and the structural design of occupied buildings and control room close to process plant requires careful consideration. And management should provide a role clarity and training for staff to avoid unconscious incompetence. Means the staff should aware of their own limitations, what they can do, what they cannot do. This is called the unconscious incompetence. Next slide. Yeah. So here you can see the three PSM framework. One is the OSHA's, another middle one is the risk-based process safety RBPS by CCPS, and last one is the high-level PSM framework by the Energy Institute. So you can see the management of change is a crucial element in all this PSM framework, and it plays a very vital, critical role in the process safety. Incident prevention. Next slide, please. Okay, so here is the typical MOC workflow. If you identify any changes, so first you have to identify the changes. Next, you propose the changes in the particular format. Okay, and decide the scope of the change and understand what the potential outcomes are. Okay. The third stage is the assess and review the change. This is very important. So whether the new change is introducing any new hazard in the facility, that should be checked. Okay. The fourth one is the approved change. The change shall be approved by a competent authority only. Okay. The fifth one is the implement the change. And the sixth one is the fifth one is basically a readiness check, whether your facility is ready to ready to implement the change. Okay. And sixth is the implement the change, and seventh is the review the change. Okay. So that is about this typical MOC workflow. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. So normally the MOC consists of two type of changes. One is the plant modifications and another is the organization changes. Okay. So plant modification is all about any changes to the existing plant that result in the modification in any engineering drawing, document, or the process conditions. So that will result in the plant modification. Okay. Another is the organization change, which is not that much frequently used. Okay. So changes to the personnel through any new assignment, work environment, changes to the organization structure as per adding or deleting posts, divisions, or department that affect the risk management decision making. So you cannot add or delete any department based on your own philosophy. So there should be a proper change management as far as organization change is concerned. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this is the very important slide. I would like to have your focus on this slide. So this slide tell about the major incidents and the various regulations come in picture after this incident. You can see this. After the Flixborough incident, immediately the loss prevention bulletin started by ICAME. Okay, and the Health and Safety at Work Act was introduced in the UK. Okay, in the 1976 we had a Sasso disaster. There was the release of the dioxin. Okay, so in the 1982 they came up with the Sasso directive first, and the second directive was launched in 1999, and the third one is on 2012 Sasso directive. Okay, in 1984 we have a Bhopal gas tragedy, and the 1988 we have a Piper Alpha tragedy. Okay, so so because of these major incidents, this OSHA slides has gone. Slide, please. So in the 1992, the PSM framework was released by OSHA 1910-119. Okay. And in 1998, we have this chemical safety board, which was created as a part of Clean Air Act 1990. Okay, in the US. And Ramanaji, slide, please. Ramanaji?
I'm sharing. Appearing?
Yeah. Okay, so in the 1999, they come up with the control of major accidents regulations, COMA regulation, we call it. Okay, so in 2005, we have two major incidents. One was the BP Texas incident and the Burnsfield incident. Okay, in 2007, we had a risk-based process safety framework by the CCPS. In the 2010, we have this Energy Institute high-level PSM framework. And in 2014, we have a API 754, this process safety performance indicators guideline. Okay, so this is the major, timeline of the incident as well as the major regulation come in picture for the process safety. Next slide, please. So the question is, in spite of so many regulation, legislations are there, so are we learning? Still the incidents keep happening. So here are the two incidents which has resulted from the management of change failure. You see this in Chevron Richmond refinery fire in 2012 in the USA. The large fire caused by a failed pipe in a crude unit. The RCO was the changes to the inspection and replacement schedule were not adequately documented or communicated. Okay, so that was the root cause of that incident. Another incident happened in 2013, the waste fertilizer company explosion. Okay, the explosion of ammonium nitrate stored at a fertilizer plant. The root cause was changes to the storage practice of ammonium nitrate were made without proper MOC procedures. Another root cause was the inadequate training and communications. The staff were not properly trained and informed about the risks associated with the new storage practices. So, which has resulted in the 15 fatalities in this particular facilities and 160 injuries. So it's very important to manage your changes wisely in your facility. Next slide. So these are some references I took information from this, the report of Court of Inquiry, this loss prevention bulletins I have referred. Next slide. So that's all from my end. If you have anyone have questions regarding this topic, we can have them Q&A. Over to you, Engineer Najas. Yeah, anybody want? Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Devendra. It was a wonderful presentation. We had a revamp about the Flixborough incident and the importance of management change in current scenario also. So in K companies also, KOC, there's a separate procedure for management of change, how to deal this one. Any changes, any modification to the existing plan will go to the procedure called management of change. So this gives a resemblance for all companies. In every company, they have their own procedure for management change. So the problem is that efficient implementation of management change procedures is the big challenge that we are facing. Because when you are preparing a plan for the particular design, when it goes to the actual construction, there may be a lot of changes. And these changes shall reflect in the management of change as per the management change procedure, unless we'll have to go for the as-built design, final design. Okay, so initial definitely there will be changes from the initial design as well as the final construction. So as-built is one of the key document which every department has to go through, and this shall be implemented in all.
Hello.
Anyway, once again, it was a wonderful presentation. Thanks.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Najas.
Let us
One
go
more
to the let us go to the next part of webinar as per the agenda. Let me hand over the mic to Mr. Ramana.
Sorry for that. I'm sharing the slides. Najarji, no, this is a Q&A session, right? Where is hanged?
From participants, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand, or you can type it in the chat box, or you can open your mic and speak up. So this is the time for Q&A section. How many are working in a process safety related department?
Can you see my screen now? Hello?
Yeah, visible, but with the block boxes are coming.
Now also?
Yeah, as of now, it's okay.
Easy, you can.
Pravish is there?
Was here. Okay, you can start with the PSM courses.
Yeah. Once again, good evening. So I'd like to know how many are working related to process safety field. Mr. Ramana, can you please unmute, or because I'd like to use 5 minutes for an interaction between all.
Okay. Unmute all. Yeah, okay. You can
Yeah,
unmute
Raman,
them.
can you make me co-host? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Maybe your call dropped, I think. I made you earlier.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So can you speak about how many are working in process safety management, or PSM, or process
Okay, now
safety
it's now.
field?
Thank you.
The mic is open to all. You can open your mic and talk.
Yeah. Mr. Pradeep Chaudhary, can you please introduce? I think you are working in PSM. Mr. Pradeep, are you there?
Pardeep Chaudhary, yeah, he was there.
Mr. Najas, let's proceed
Hello.
with the
Good evening.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? This is Pradeep.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. So
Can you
yes,
brief? Can you brief yourself, and what is the role as a PSM engineer?
what I can say is myself is working in KOC for the last 18 years. I was working as a production operation as a process engineer. Thereafter, last year I joined in KOC itself through Bureau Veritas as a consultant in KOC as a PSM team. And basically, I'm a chemical engineer. So wide experience, right from fertilizer sector to oil and gas. And this incident, which is explained by the Rathore, I worked in that plant also, caprolactam production, which is being used for the polyester plant. So I worked in that plant also. So yes, this presentation was very good, and I appreciate the ASSC Kuwait for such kind of initiative to interact with the scenarios which are happening in the process and lead to major accidents. Yes,
Okay.
over.
Thank you. Can you explain the major roles and responsibilities of process safety engineer?
Being a process safety engineer, whatever is happening in the process industry, we have to see that there is no safeguard. Without that safeguard, how your process is going to behave. And we have to identify the then independent protection of layers for each scenarios. So when we are doing HAZOP, thereafter HAZOP, whatever is the major scenarios which are coming over severity more than 3, that we are taking to the LOPA session, and we do quantitative, semi-quantitative analysis for those major scenarios. And in our case, as my job, we are reviewing all this modification in our operation fields, what are being proposed, analyzing those safeguards and the impact of modifications. So that is, yes, in all respect, we are doing the studies.
Yeah, one of the role is the design, review the HSE design with respect to process safety.
Yeah,
And,
it is.
yeah, coordinate
It is starting
the
from
HSE
the
studies.
No, HSE studies is also, that is related to the projects.
Yeah, I'm coming to that point. Second point is regarding the HSE studies. Okay, sometimes we may have to do in-house HSE studies like HASOP, HACID,
ISD.
yeah, everything. So still
Yes, this
everything
is part of
QRA.
these.
Yeah.
These are all part of the projects. Yes, we are doing now as a PHS studies. We during the revalidations, which is, you can say, legally requirement from all aspects from the government side, and statutory requirement, you can say, to do PHS
Abdul Khan,
studies.
you can stop the screen sharing.
Hello.
Yeah. So basically, the role of PSM engineer is related to the technical. Okay. Rather than management, it will belongs to the technical aspects of the process safety.
It is purely related to the process aspect, and then yes, as a chemical engineer, yes, your role is up to the, you can say, up to LOPA, then SIL verification, instrumentation, part of instrumentation is also coming. So those design logics, control loops, validations, SIL determination, verifications, all these aspects are part of the PSM.
Mr. Devendra, can you anything to add? Because many people are anxiously waiting for what is the role of a PSM engineer. Okay, it's entirely different from the normal HSE engineer.
Yes. So Mr. Pradeep has very well explained, the one part of the, PSM. So another part is the PSM framework implementation. Okay, so one part of Mr. Chaudhary has explained the technical studies. Various technical studies are in place to, to assess the various risks involved in a particular project. He has discussed about the HAZOP, he has discussed about the seal determination and all these things. But another thing important is that the PSM.
Excuse me, I want to ask a question.
Yeah, so PSM framework is all about, various framework available currently. One is the OSHA PSM, another is the risk-based process safety. The OSHA PSM is having the 14 elements, okay, and this RBPS is having a 20 elements. So based on your requirement, you can select the particular framework and implement accordingly in your facility. Okay, so in this particular framework, which we have discussed, the OSHA PSM. So there are various elements. I just start with the leadership commitment, okay, process technology, process information. Management of change is also one of the important element. Okay, training is there, auditing is there. So accordingly, the PSM engineer has to ensure that all these elements are well implemented in the facility, and accordingly, timely we have to audit the facility based on the international standard to compare, to benchmark your progress in the facility compared to your other players in the market. So you can improve slowly accordingly. Yeah.
I
Yes.
think one of our participants, Mr. Hemant, asked a question. I want to shift to process safety field. So now the answer is clear. So first of all, we have to know what is the role of a process safety engineer. Okay, he should have an engineering background, basically from chemical, mechanical, or instrumentation, electrical, anything with engineering background, and he has to do well aware about the HSC studies. Okay, he can able to do review the documents, designs. Okay, he has to refer all the standards, APA standards, OSHA standards, IS standards, various standards. So should be familiar about this one. So I think that question is answered. I think somebody has raised in between. You can go ahead. I don't know.
Mr. Dinesh Paul has raised his hand.
Yeah,
Paul ji,
please.
Dinesh ji, if you want to add any question.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Devendra Rathorji. One of slide I see that you showing the pipeline rupture might be due to high pressure or blockage in the next point that I'm not clear. So what was the cause of that rupture? This is my first question, followed by you giving the solution to change the process safety or the change in the management. So why it required so far the change in the process safety or the designing of the plant? Because if the before installing the plant or the commissioning, all the designing and consult by the consultant or the client. So either it is the failure of the design what we constructed before the installing, or the change of the management, how will affect this stopping the accident? Please go ahead.
Yeah, Dinesh, a very excellent question raised by you. See, the first of all, the root cause was the failure of this
Your
temporary.
voice is very low, Devendra ji. Just come to near mic.
Yeah, yeah. So the root cause which we identify in this particular incident is the failure of this temporary spool. Okay, the reason was that the spool was not constructed as per the design. Okay, so at the in 1974 there was some certain standards regulation in place, but they have not followed it. Why they have not followed? Because the competency of the person who was handling this maintenance function was inadequate. Okay, because he was from the electrical background and the mechanical engineer who was there who was already resigned. So management has not provided the replacement of this particular person. So that was the reason. Okay, and another factor is that the changes which has brought in the system means, see, there was 6 reactors and 1 reactor you have removed for the inspection and repair, and you have because the production was at the top of the management mind, so they have not reviewed these changes properly, because this particular change, the inserting the bypass and introduced the new hazard in the facility. Okay, and there was another introduction of hazard when they revamped the facility in 1972. Okay, so we have discussed that earlier they were using the hydrogenation of phenol to produce the copper lactam. But in the 1972, when they increased the capacity, they have introduced the new technology called the oxidation of cyclohexane. And cyclohexane is having a flammable properties. It is compared to the petrol and naphtha. So that is the reason why the change management is very crucial, and we need to have a competent person to identify these changes. I hope I made myself clear, Dinesh. Thank you. Thank you. Any other question?
Okay, let me move to the next
Hello, sir.
section. Yeah.
Hello,
Mr.
sir.
Shanavas. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Shanavas.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, myself, I am working in a petroleum plant, storage and distribution. Can you hear
Yeah,
me,
we
sir?
are listening. Yeah, we are listening.
Go ahead. Yeah. You're audible. Yes.
Yes, sir. As a petroleum storage and distribution plant, I was working. whether the process safety will come into it or means it to refinery, sir.
Process safety will applicable there also. In the storage of this petroleum product, this facility is also covered by the PSM. It is also applicable because you are handling the huge inventory of the hydrocarbon. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
this is very much applicable there as well.
Okay. As a part of storage and distribution also, PSM will available. Yes, sir, applicable.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
See
So let
the initial OSHA standard have excluded this, this distribution and this handling. But nowadays, this is the current practices to include the facility having this, storage and distribution to include as a part of the PSM.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, can we move to the next section? That is introduction of PSM courses. So
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
yeah, we did some R&D regarding the different PSM courses available, certified courses available in market. So these are the some glimpses. Okay, this is not the full list. Mr. Mohammed, do you want anything to ask, Mr. Mohammed Osaki? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
I want to ask about comparison between Butoy method to analyze the risk and about the normal risk assessment. Which is better to determine the risk of PSM?
You want to know which method is more appropriate to identify the hazards?
Yes.
Okay. So it's all depend on your process, so we have a two type of, risk analysis. One is the quantitative and one is the qualitative risk assessment. Okay. So qualitative will have this, HAZOP, we have what if analysis we have. Okay. And then the quantitative, we have a QRA, qualitative risk assessment. Okay. So qualitative will give you the numbers. Okay. So if an explosion happened in a particular facility, what will be the impact of this particular, explosion or the leakage of the gases or the toxic release? So it will give the radius, it will give the contour. So up to what this particular incident will have an impact. Okay. And the qualitative analysis risk assessment is HAZOP, SEAL we have. So we will, it is the detailed, risk analysis we are conducting, and we are having, a different node making. So we were covering the whole facility. What can go wrong in a particular plant operations? Okay, so we will analyze the various scenario based on, the keywords, guide words we call it. Okay, so we can see what are the consequences of the deviations, what are the mitigation measures we have, whether we are able to meet the alarm. Alarm means as long as reasonable practicable. Okay, so whether your mitigations fall under the ALAP or not. So there are two types of, risk assessment based on your facility and the requirement we can do it, and based on the complexity as well. Okay.
It will be decided at the feed stage. What are the HSE studies to be conducted?
Yeah.
Okay, as you mentioned, hazard also everything come under qualitative, and quantitative it will come under QRA with 3D software modeling and other things.
Yes.
So now it's clear. Mr. Victor.
I got it. Thank you.
Mr. Victor.
Go ahead.
Mr. Victor, are you there? Can you please, Mr. Ramana, can you please unmute Mr. Victor? He raised his hands. Or can we go ahead? Okay, so any questions as well, please put it in the chat box so that we can discuss at the end of section. Okay, so I am proceeding with the PSM courses. So these are the some of the certification body that we are organizing PSM related courses. NABOSH, they have specifically HSC certificate in process safety management. It is level 4. And TUV suit, they have functional safety training and certification. And you can go to the IME. Okay. Then process safety courses are there, EOSH, then European Safety Council, and International Board of Safety Professionals. So there are a lot of process safety related courses are there. So I'd like to have a brief on this one. Next slide, please. So these are the 14 elements that we are talking about the process safety when it comes to that process safety management. This all the courses will go. This is the Bible actually. All the courses will go with this one. So this was introduced by OSHA, and it is coming employee participation. Then second one, process safety information, process hazard analysis, operating procedures, employee training, contractor training, pre-PSSR, mechanical integrity, hot work permit, management of change, incident investigation, emergency planning and response, compliance audits, trade secrets. So these are the 14 elements that usually covered in most of the PSM courses. Go ahead, next. And this NABOSH, you know the website of NABOSH. Okay. So these are the some briefing. Next slide, please. Okay, there is only one unit in this NABOSH PSM. Okay, the assessment type is multiple choice. So we have to study learning hours. You have to go for 28 hours of learning. Okay, total private study it is 20 and 28 hours you have to go attend the training, and 20 hours you have to spare for. So total 48 hours you have to be utilized for the learning. And NABOSH is having fixed monthly examinations. Okay, and 60% is required for passing. Can you go ahead? Next slide. So these are the 4 elements in NABOSH PSM: process safety management, management process risk, process safety hazard control, fire and protection, emergency response. And okay, and these are the details. This syllabus, detailed syllabus will be available in the NABOSH website. So I'm going a little bit fast. Next slide. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, next. So second one is regarding the TV suit. You heard about the functional safety training. TV is one of the prominent certification and training institute, or we can call a training body, which is prominent in the functional safety. Okay, next slide. And these are the contents or syllabus in the functional safety. So the 12 modules are there, and the training will have 5 days. Full-time training is there. Okay. And this is one of the globally accepted functional safety engineer and specialist. There are different levels of functional safety trainings are there. Level 1, 2, and 3. So you can visit the website, okay, and to explore the more details about it. And third course, ICME. ICME, it is also one of the prominent body. Okay, they are offering memberships also, and they are having different courses in safety in process safety, which is related to both analysis and HASOP, LOPA, SIL. Okay. You can also visit the website icme.org to receive more details about it. Next slide. And next is EOSH. It's UK based. They are having diploma in process safety management. And the next slide. It's having level 3 and level 4. And the modules are different according to the level 3, and level 4 is a little bit advanced one. And the training duration is 6 to 12 months it will take. And this qualification is evaluated using assessment and assignments. And next one is, this is level 7 European Safety Council. They have introduced the level 7 international diploma in PSM. And this is awarding body is Qualify UK and it's regulated by Ofcal UK. And it is having 60 credits and 15 each. There are 4 modules. And it is good for if you are planning for CSP, you can. This is a waiver for ASP. Okay, so you will once you complete this one, you will get ASP, and you can try for CSP directly without having ASP. The another is you can get the CETIOS earlier graduation also, so you can go for a CMIOS also. And these are the 4 modules in that one: process safety management system, the space process safety, the process safety culture and human factors, development as a strategic manager. All 4 modules will have 15 credits. And this is fully based on the assessment. There is no exam for this one. Next slide. Next one is the process safety management specialist. Okay, it is provided by International Board of Certified Safety Officers, Safety Professionals. And these are the modules. It's having introduction to process safety, hazards identification, risk assessment, emergency response, environmental impact, industrial hygiene, toxicology, fire and explosions, introduction to relief and relief sizing, incident investigation. And this course will go for 4 to 6 weeks, and assessment including written exam, practical process safety assessment, case studies, comprehensive project. Okay, so these are the relevant details. And one more announcement is there. We are having live streaming of all the PSM webinars. Not only the PSM, all the webinars are available in our official YouTube. Okay, so ASSP Kuwait chapter, search in YouTube. Can you go back? Search in YouTube ASSP Kuwait chapter. Okay, in the playlist, if you search for PSM, you will get all the previous PSM meets webinars. Recorded version will be available in that one. So I have cleared somewhat what are the major courses related to PSM. Okay, if you have any concerns, you can come back. Either you can raise your hands or shoot it in the chat box. If because exclusive we are having this one. If anybody is interested in the PSM courses, we are also planning along with the ASSP chapter. We are also planning some courses. So if we have sufficient numbers, we can have a batch. Yeah.
Thank you, Najaji. We can take the questions later. Now, Prabhuji will take care of the quiz. Thank you very much.
Let us move to the online quiz contest. I think Prabish is ready. So I'll hand over the baton to Mr. Prabish.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I will just request, I already put the link and the password of this quiz in the chat box. Otherwise, the people can just scan this on your screen and the screen will open up and you can write your name over there. We'll just, we have around 51 participants now.
Yeah.
Once we reach 30, we will start it.
Prabhuji just announced about the certificate actually. I'm going to announce about our certificate, which is going to receive after the participation in the quiz. Okay, I'm going to send a link. You have to participate in the quiz. This one, like feedback and quiz will be there. If you click on that one, you will get the minimum questions. After the questions, you will get a certificate within few hours by tonight itself. Okay, and for participating in the quiz, you will receive the certificate immediately after participating in the quiz. So you are going to get 2 certificates. Is it Prabhuji? I am right?
Yes, that is absolutely right. Right. Yes.
Thank you.
So at the end of this quiz, you will be able to download the certificates directly from the screen. And from the ASSP chapter for this particular PSM, we will be having another one that Mr. Ramana is already posted it in our chat box. You can complete it so that you will get another certificate on your email.
No, after the quiz, I'll post. Sorry, not now.
Yeah, okay, right, fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. So we have now 32 participants. We will just wait for another 10 seconds.
Okay, so Mr. Pravesh, can you brief the rules by the time? Because there are a lot of new people.
Yeah. So you don't want to look it on this Zoom screen. I think now you are on your mobile phone or on a laptop. It is showing that waiting for the host to start the event. So once I will start the event from here, you can see the questions. You will get 20 seconds to answer. There will be 4 answers in 4 different colors. You can just click the right answer and wait for that. At the end of the 18th second, you can also see the right answer. If you have written the answer wrong, it will also show on the screen. You don't want to look on the Zoom screen. You can just only look on the screen from where you have entered to this quiz page. So you will get only 20 seconds. Each question carry 20 seconds and 1,000 points. And if you are answering 3 questions continuously right, you will get a bonus point also. Okay. So team, we are going to just start this quiz now. So ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
The ASSP quiz chapter was counted in which year?
Questions are almost covering our ASSP chapter and this today's event. So question number 2 on your screens now. And finish question number 2. Great. And now is question number 3 on your screens. Great. Question number 4 on your screens now. Great. Now question number 5 on your screens now. Great, wonderful. And question number 6 on your screens. There is a network slow is happening. That is why it's. Sorry, there is a delay in the network, so it is system is not automatically moving forward. So question number 7 on your screens now. Great. Then question number 8 now. Great. So we have total 18 questions. So we are going to question number 9 now.
Pravesh, can you read out the answer to the panel? 6%.
Now it's question number 10.
Is it hanged?
Yeah.
Hello.
Pravesh ji?
Yeah, please wait. He will join. Actually, network issue it seems. Yeah, Zoom is not working, but people are answering through mobile.
Yes, yes. Use is working. Yes.
How many questions now?
The 14th question.
One more.
So anybody can read the question so that.
So as of now, Mr. Hemant Sarapu is leading. So the current question is related to the who is the chairman of ASSP Kuwait chapter.
Hello, Ramanaji. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost over. Quiz is running.
Yeah, proceed for the further.
He will be joining. Quiz is over almost. Last question.
My screen is stuck on question number 15. Where we reach now?
Almost finished.
I think it's stuck in between 15th question.
For me too, it's also a question 15 is stuck. Now again it started.
Mr. Pravesh, are you listening?
He'll come back actually. Winners maybe he's declaring. Oh, 20 questions. 20th. Okay, total 18 questions. 16th is running.
Mr. Ramana, is there any update?
Yeah, 17 questions so far. One more only. I will share it actually. Sorry, I got it online now.
This is last question. What year
Yeah, last.
marked the 50th anniversary of Flixborough disaster? Answer is 2024. You can immediately download the participation certificate in my HSS Jam.
Okay, Prabhuji, can you join for a minute?
He's having network issue, it seems. We just sent him a voice.
Okay. So in between, I can post the link where you need to give your feedback. There will be three simple questions will be there, which is there in the presentation only. Just where is the chart? Yeah. Okay, I have posted the link. Just click on that and participate in the quiz and feedback. And you will be receiving a participant certificate from the ASSP Kuwait chapter within a few hours by now. I'll share once again. A link is posted in the chat box. Please click on that and proceed for the feedback, quiz and feedback. It will be open for a couple of minutes only, and later it will be closed. Later you cannot access as well.
Ramanaji, participant cannot see the link actually. Can you post it again? Please post the link again, Ramanaji.
Kindly post to everyone.
Yes, link is there now.
Thank you very much for participating. After a minute, we are going to close the link and we'll start with a felicitation of speakers. And also we'll announce the winners once again. Okay, thank you very much for participating. Now, Kasifji, are you there?
Yes, Ramanaji, I'm here.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
So thank you very much for each and everyone in the meeting. So we'll have a felicitation now. There is a certificate, digital certificate, I guess, in the next slide. On behalf of ASSP, Kuwait chapter and core committee, and from our head, Najas and Prabesh, please accept our token of appreciation, Mr. Devendra Rathod, the speaker of the day. The screen got stuck. Certificate got stuck. Yes. Thank you, Devendra Rathod. It was wonderful presentation. Please accept it.
Thank you, Mr. Syed.
We will print a physical certificate. We'll hand over it to you as you are our core member.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. So, what else, Ramanaji, we have?
One more slide. Go to next slide, please.
So, quiz winners. Yes, Ramanaji, announce.
Mr. Hemant is the top 1 position, and top 2 position Mr. Jonas, and top 3 Vishnu S. Sunita. Congratulations to all, one and all.
Thank you very much for participating, and you are going to receive both the certificates. For this one, for the quiz, online quiz, you have to download it. Okay, if you have any queries or questions, if you couldn't able to download, send a message to us. I have posted our chapter details, WhatsApp details in the chat box. Maybe I posted again to individual. Okay, anyway, you are going to get it in the next slide. And here also I'm posting again in the chat box. If you have any queries in downloading the certificates, just send a message to me, send a message to us. We will sort it out.
Thank you, Ramanaji. Next slide. So once again, I'm here for the vote of thanks, closing remarks, we can say. I would thank today's speaker, Mr. Devendra Rathod, for the insight, a brief presentation starting from introduction, incident description, root cause analysis, recommendation, lesson learned, what had went wrong, whose mistakes are there, what could have been done correctly, process safety, major milestones, workflow, everything. Mashallah, it was a wonderful presentation. Really, we enjoyed. There were around 60 participants. Participants got benefited from this technical meet. I would like to thank all the participants for taking time to join our technical meet, even though it's a evening time, a family time. So we are trying our best to organize these kind of technical meets for you people to share the knowledge through our chapter. So we request all the participants to make use of our technical meets and certification programs which we are organizing. And thank you to all our mentors and core committee members, our heads, Mr. Najas and Mr. Prabish, for organizing and coordinating all these things to have this technical meet successfully. Thank you once again, and we hope to see you all in the upcoming technical meets. Thank you very much. With this, I'm signing off. Anything else to be shared or discussed, Mr. Ramanaji?
Yeah, actually, there is nothing to be discussed, but we can have networking session. If anyone would like to speak something about anything, they are open to talk. So it's called networking session.
Shanawaz, since long he's asking WhatsApp group link of ASSP Kuwait chapter. Just
yeah,
reply
actually,
to him in the
that's
chat
why.
box.
Yeah, what is that? Okay, that's why we don't have any specific group, but we shared the link. This one WhatsApp number. We just send a message to her, then we will add you in our broadcasting group. Okay.
There is one Kuwait PSM group is there, so we can add him in that one.
Okay. Let them come to our chapter. Okay. Later we can send them to a PSM group.
Type our chapter number in the chat box so that people can save. With that, they're going to get the notification. Yeah, good. Brothers, whoever wanted to join our WhatsApp group or ASSP chapter, make a note of the details, contact details. You can reach out us on info@kuwait.assp.org. This is our phone number. Just save it in your mobile so that you will be added in our broadcast group. All the notifications and announcements are going to reach to you through this channel. So anyone have anything or joined first time, how you felt by attending this PSM technical meet? If you wanted to share something, feel free. We have 5 minutes time for networking.
And one more thing is, if anyone would like to give any like these technical sessions, they are open actually. We are open to all.
Yes, we can contact on the above number. We can say it is a very good platform to showcase your knowledge, your presentation skills, or any different or important topic which is very useful to our members.
In the networking session, Mr. Ramanaji, let somebody talk who is from outside Kuwait. Anybody is there?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll do one thing. We'll stop participant sharing. Yeah, now we can open to everyone. Okay. What is that? I'm just seeing the participants now. Which view I need to see? Gallery view. Yeah, okay. Now I'm seeing all the participants. I will call the new. If I feel someone is new to the platform, I request them to open their mic and talk. Is it okay? Or you can talk. If you are new, you can introduce yourself and you can tell about the feedback of this session. Anyone is there? New people to this platform? New members?
Hello,
Mr. Muchas Garius from Mexico. Are you available there?
Okay, sorry. Mr. Sumit Kurana.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. Actually, I am a colleague from Devendra Rathore. I had previously worked with him. So thank you, Devendra, for delivering such a wonderful training, and thank you for extending your invitation to me. So it was a great learning session for me, and I am grateful that I had become a part of this training. And in future also, I'll try to attend as many as sessions as possible. And PSM, I have recently started my career in PSM. Like last 15 years, I was working in process and operation, but recently I joined as a process safety engineer. So I am trying to get as much as knowledge as possible. So thank you, team. And also, I would like to thanks for letting me get the certificates. So this will be add value to my profile. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sumit Kurana. We actually like the new people, and the people who are getting more knowledge. We are here to help you. Not only the members of ASSP-KC chapter, we have so many mentors who are there in the PSM group. Okay, they can help you in most of the times. Okay, if you have any questions and queries, also you can send us. We will forward the details to our mentors, and they can guide you as well. Thank you very much for joining. Is there anyone to?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mr. Hemant.
Yeah, my name is Hemant Sirapu. I'm working as an operation engineer in KNPC.
Welcome to the platform.
Yeah, just this is the first my thirst for having knowledge on and to shift to PSM made me to attend this thing. So I was so delighted about the presentation and the knowledge of the people and the information they shared. I'm looking forward to join this ASSP chapter. I will contact you. You have shared the details, so I will contact the concern.
Congratulations, Hemant. You are the winner of the HSC challenge.
Actually, it is a surprise for me too.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't expect it.
Welcome to the platform, and welcome to ASSP-KC chapter. Just send a message to us. We will come back to you with more details and how to join the chapter as well as PSM group and all. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, myself, Shana from India, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Sanwas, how are you?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Yeah, I thought you were here. No, I heard Sanwas in Kuwait. You were there here?
No, sir. No, I am in India only.
Oh, okay. Welcome to Kuwait chapter and PSM group.
Okay, sir. Okay. Now I am
Okay.
working in a petroleum plant
Okay.
as a senior HSC engineer.
Yeah. I saw your name. Display name
Yes,
is
sir.
there. Everything is there in that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Which company you are working?
Sir?
Which company? Hello? Which company you are working?
We got disconnected, I think. Mr. Sanwas, are you able to listen to us? He got disconnected, I think, because in India, it's problem, right? Network issues will be there.
Yeah, Mr. Mulayam Singh.
Yes, sir, Mulayam Singh Yadav. I am from India. Thank you for giving the informative knowledge and about process safety management. I am working in as a HSC engineer in a surface plant of crude oil. So thank you. I am just joining the first time this webinar, and thank you for giving the good knowledge and informative learning information. Thank you so much, sir.
How you came to know about today's webinar, Mr. Mulayans?
Sir, actually, I'm following to Mr. PV Prakash V. Sharma, Mr. IRSM and learning partner
Okay.
from.
Through some coding, you mean, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Nice name as well. Familiar name.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, anyway, thanks for joining. It's too late actually in India, and here also we delayed almost an hour. Okay, with this, we will close the session, and be a member of ASSP, try to be a member of ASSP, and sir, Ashokji, sorry, we couldn't able to check who is there.
No, sorry. No, I just want to thank you, Ramana, and thank you, Mr. Kashif and Mr. Bhatt, for organizing
Good evening,
this
sir.
session.
Good to have you on board.
Good evening. You know one thing, Kashif, 4 days back, I met one ASSP member in one of the another meeting. I told him we are not meeting nowadays. Sir, there is no meeting from chapter nowadays. There are no physical meetings. I said, no, virtual meetings are going on. So I sent to him today's session, and he was very happy to note that these sessions are being conducted. So I think keep up the good work, Kashif, and all the people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
And it's always pleasure catching up you. Since it is virtual, it's always easy to join, So
Tomorrow EC meeting, sir. Please join.
Inshallah, yes.
Last
This is the
meeting you
first
are not
because
there. You
last
are in
meeting
India.
I was out of country, so this time I will join. Yes.
Thank you for joining
Good.
us in the meeting, sir.
Good. Very nice. I think we need to tell Pravish the technical issues with the quiz. That
Exactly, sir. And we would like to really sorry whatever had technical
No, it was very
glitches
good
happened.
thing, but I got stuck at question number 15, and I don't know what happened afterwards. But anyway, no problem.
No, during the presentation also some issues had happened, sir. So we'll take
Correct,
care of
correct.
from next meeting.
Nice, very nice. Have a nice time.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you again.
Anyway,
Thank you.
speakers
Thank
are
you.
ready, and in October, in the month of October, we are planning 2 sessions of PSM webinars.
Great, Najaf. Great drawing. I like your designation. Energy and sustainability, something like that. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, let us find up. I think we can close up. It's already late.
We'll close out. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
joining. Okay. Be in touch with our chapter. You can browse our ASSP Kuwait chapter website and to get the updates. And if you send a message to our broadcasting number, which we given here, we will add you in the broadcasting group so that you will be receiving all our notifications, and you can join for our upcoming events as well. Thank you very much. See you. Good day, good night for you, everyone.
Thank you, Ramanaji. Good night to all of you.
Thank you.
Good night, all of you, sir.
The president had joined just now.
Yeah. No problem, because I put a message, because of that, I think.
No.
What to do? Shall we close and open immediately another link?
Anything to be discussed?
See you then. Yeah, because we have another event.
Okay, go ahead.